Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph Richard. Welcome to today's class. So, today is all about kiddies, coding for kiddies. So, we have this beautiful language here, a program for kids. Now, this is called Scratch, a Scratch programming. Now, it's always advisable before any kids start learning coding, if they are two, three, they actually can dive in straight into writing HTML, writing CSS, JavaScript. So we have this beautiful tool for them, which is called Scratch programming. Now, what is Scratch? Scratch is a 2D animation and game development tool. It's used to create beautiful animations and to create beautiful 2D games. Now, a child is first of all introduced to this before getting the concept and moving on forward. So, in today's class, we are going to be learning about sprites and backdrop. Now, when you open your Scratch programming tool, this is the very first interface that will show what is a sprite. A sprite is simply a character in Scratch. Now, can you see we have a character here, a cat sprite. Now, this is a character. So the character is known as sprite in Scratch programming. So let's see how we can interact with the Scratch programming sprite. Now, if you move down here, we can delete the sprite and add our own sprite. So let me just click on this delete bucket showing here right now. So when I click on delete, now look at this icon. This is where we can add a sprite. And we have a whole lot of sprites. So when I click on it, you can see we have different sprites. We have Abby, ball, ballerina, balloons, bears, and the rest. So let me just choose a sprite. Let me choose this car. So now you can see we can add sprites. Let me add some other sprites. So we have bananas. Let me add others. We have basketball. Can move them to the side. Let me add another. We have this. So that is simply sprite. So we said sprite is the character in Scratch programming. So the next thing we want to talk about is something called a backdrop. Now, when we hear of the word backdrop is simply the background we have in a Scratch. Now, looking at all these sprites, their background is white. So the white area where my cursor is moving around is known as the backdrop. Now, let's see how we can add backdrops in Scratch. Now, when we move here, we can see it says choose a backdrop. When I click on it, we have tons of backdrop. We have basketball, you can change it. We have castle, you can change it. We have tons of them. So, and when you move over, if you want fancy, if you want for music, we have theater and the rest. If you want for sports, outdoors activities, and so on. So, this is simply how to add a sprite and backdrop. Now, let me do a recap of what I said. Scratch programming is designed for kids who has the idea of going into actual coding. Now, this will build their interest in coding. It is simply drag and drop coding, where you have to drag a code and you drop it and it performs an action. Now, Scratch programming is for creating 2D animations and games. And in today's class, we talked about sprite and backdrop. What is a sprite? A sprite is simply a character in a scratch. What's a backdrop? A backdrop is simply the background. I hope you understand today's lesson. See you in the next class. Bye.